things and thinks that they're all wrong. One's American and one is an Aussie. Talking about StarCraft 2 and the esports scene.
Hello, Falcon Paladin.
Hello, Somicron. Happy podcast day.
Yeah, happy podcast day to you too.
Excellent. So, how is the 43-degree Celsius weather down there today?
It's only like 28 today.
What? That's okay. All right. Well, that's a
Yeah.
lot better, I suppose.
It's better. It's better. It still sucks, in my opinion, but
Yeah.
it's better. It's supposed to get closer to like 35 for the rest of the week. If not over. I think on the weekend it's supposed to get like 38.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yep. Can't wait for April, I guess, for it to be nice weather.
I mean, it's only 4 months away, 3 months away, ish.
2 in a week, really.
February, March. Oh, you're right. 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at average weather temps for my area, and it's like, okay, so the difference between February and January is 1 degree, and the difference between February and March is another degree.
Oh, so it's not until April you actually notice any difference. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
because then it's 2 degrees on that, and so that's a total of 4. And, like, if we're at 28 now, or, like, it's an average of, I think, 29, I think. That's what Google was telling me. That's something an average of, like, 25?
Yeah.
That's way better.
That is significantly better. Agreed.
Yep.
Wonderful. Well, yeah, late last week, like the whole U.S. got blasted by like ice and snow and low temperatures and stuff, and then Utah's like, oh, we're like 45 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny. I don't know. Still haven't shoveled my walk for this whole winter, so I guess I'll take it. I mean, shoveling it once is kind of okay, but if I don't have to shovel this winter at all, I will accept that. I think I can get over the emotional distress.
When you talk to people about the weather in America, maybe don't phrase it as people are getting blasted by ice. Maybe don't use that phrase at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deal.
Just
You got it.
maybe that
People are being overwhelmed by ice. People are being
deluged by ice,
frozen
snowed in.
by ice.
Yeah, the weather's really hammering them. Just not. Maybe don't use the word ice. Just say cold extremes, or at least avoid it in conjunction with blasted.
Sure. But I feel like you'd be upset if I used any number of words in conjunction with ice. It's not just blasted.
Sure.
You're concerned about.
Sure, but
Right,
blasted
right.
feels specifically bad as well. Like it seems like it's on the if it's a spectrum, and you want things that sound like gun or close to the Star Wars weapon, a blaster, is I think next door.
That's fair. I hear you.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Good. Speaking of blasters, just quick tangent on that. We can come back to this if you want. So I watched an Instagram reel that claimed that the audio guy in charge of Star Wars, back before it released in '77, was like, looking for something for the noise of a blaster, right? And so he's out on a walk with his kids, and there's this like line running from a telephone pole down to the ground, and then one of his kids goes over to it and like starts twanging it, and it's like the blaster noise. It's the weirdest thing. Like in the reel, they split in somebody doing that on one that's like current day, and you just go twang. It's like pew, pew, and it's like wow, that's crazy stuff. Yeah, so like if this dude hadn't gone on a walk with his kids in that specific location, and his kid hadn't twanged the thing, the blaster would sound entirely different in all the Star Wars movies. But that's it. That is the blaster sound for hundreds and hundreds of hours of Star Wars content now.
There's a H-Bomber bit that he does about the Wilhelm scream, and it has like a guy, he's an audio engineer who has this funny scream, and he puts it into the in the background of a little B movie he's making, and it cuts to the Star Wars theme. He goes, "Whoops! Now pop culture's changed for all time." Same deal. Went on for a walk with his kid, and whoops! Pop culture's changed for all time.
for all time. Tiny little things, tiny little reasons. It's nuts.
Yeah.
World is a crazy place. Anyway, back to Falcon making innocuous yet offensive phrases involving current events.
We don't have to talk about current events. We don't have to.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think we covered it.
Yeah.
All right. So been playing some more Outer Wilds.
Okay, yeah. How you liking it?
So remember when I was playing Expedition 33 and I was having a good time and I was like, oh, I like these characters and this combat's pretty good and parrying's a pain in the ass.
I don't remember when you were having a good time playing Expedition 33. I remember you being like, man, this game is kicking my butt, and me begging you to explore to have the pictos to do things. That's what I remember from you playing Expedition 33, because you demanded putting it on the hardest difficulty and refused to, which is a challenge I get. That's fun-ish.
That is true.
It's a thing.
Okay,
but
I'll say I was having a relatively good time playing Expedition 33.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't like having the time of my life. I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Anyway, I got to a point in the story. Spoiler alert for Expedition 33, the prohibitive and whatever game of the year 2025.
Mm-hmm.
But the characters that you meet and grow to love in the game are like creations, like holodeck type stuff in Star Trek. We've talked about this on the podcast a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I reached that point, and I'm like, oh, like my level of caring about these characters just fell into the negatives. And I mean, a billion other people were like, I still love these characters. They're my favorite. But they can't die, right? And I was like, I don't care if they die. So that's just me. But I reached a point where I was like, meh. I don't know. Kind of got there with Outer Wilds here today.
With the characters.
Got to a point.
You're just like, these characters are fake. Why am I here?
No, not that. Because within the world of the game, they're real, right? That's my thing with Expedition 33, is that the characters within the game world of the game are fake.
Well,
it's this extra layer.
So, I mean, we had this conversation when we were playing it, which is, we don't know that the worlds in which they get painted and that you can go into are considered fake. Like, or is it only possible for this family to go in there? Are they creating sub-universes? Or are they, explicitly just fictions that are interactive like a holodeck, right?
Right.
Those are two different. Those are two different things, and the game is not specific about it. But yeah, no. I get that you like your opinion on this, which is they're fake, and that from the perspective of the characters in the world, once you know that there are seemingly no stakes, because if you burn the painting or paint over it or live there forever, it doesn't matter because you just leave and okay, great. Paint them again if you want.
Yeah.
That's your opinion, yeah.
That's my opinion. That's how I interpret it.
That's fine.
Anyway, different thing in Outer Wilds. In Outer Wilds, it's like you have to find information left by a previous civilization to help you figure out what's going on in your current world. And the way you find information is by exploring, and some of it's pretty easy. Like you find a little old ruin and you get some information from that, no big deal. Some of these are like, okay, you got to drop 40 feet onto this platform and then take this thing here and then jump up here and then slide under there and then notice this thing. And then there's anti-gravity crystals up there you got to jump onto. And then you have to go over here. And then you do this, and you flip around a 360 no-scope, and then if you miss any of it, you fall into a black hole and have to do a 15-minute corpse run back to where you were.
Sounds great.
For some information. So I died like 8 times doing this. It's 2 hours of the stream is me just trying and failing this thing, and I just reached a point where I was like, don't care. I don't care what information is up here. Like, the designer of this game did not have to hide his information in this bullshit mechanic of a manner. He didn't have to do it. He was just like, let's just have my players die a few times before they get this information. This could have been...
So, there is no way in which to do it in which you can do it without dying? Like, on the first try?
You can't just be good.
Okay.
And no, I mean...
But you feel like it's an inordinate raising of the difficulty. Like, it's a skill check, and it is very high.
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, again, a lot of it is just not knowing what to do, right?
Right.
So in that case, you're going to fail. If you don't know what to do next, you're going to try things and fail and try things and fail and learn from that, then try things and fail. I'm sure there's someone out there who's just like, oh, yeah, you do this, and that's just, this visual indicator is perfect. I can do this and that. And no problem. Easy, right?
Right.
I'm sure somebody has done that. Mm-hmm. It is doable. But I just reached the point where I was like, meh. Yeah. I was just like, I don't know. This could be a game. Like, the space flight is kind of tricky enough.
Okay.
The concept that you're going from planet to planet in a little kind of rickety spaceship, and it's a little tricky to fly, and you're going to crash into stuff, and you're going to die a few times. And it's like, okay, I get that. I get that level of difficulty in your game. That's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But that on top of, I'm going to hide this tiny piece of information here, was just like, nah, I'm out. I don't know. Your mileage may vary. Some people did that, and they were like, I died 37 times, and I'm having a great time. This is the best game ever. I don't know, sure. Maybe some people play it like that. I'm sure a lot of people do, because a lot of people love this game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, you know, kind of broke me.
Fair enough.
So I'm still playing it. I'm like, I'm still going to finish it, but I've just... I mean, found this guy. Nice. Oh, I did this puzzle. Wow. I've just completely emotionally checked out of this thing.
Okay, so the answer is, why finish it then? Like, there's nothing, like, you don't have to, all right?
Wow.
You can hit a game.
Subscribers, Eye of the Goat is like, here's the money to buy this game. I'm sending you $10 PayPal donations every day you're playing this game. And I can't be like, well, fuck you, Goat. I'm taking my ball and going home.
What you could do, if he's going to send you $10 every time you play the game, is load it up, do one run attempt to get that information, die, and go, okay, that's it for the day. We're going to be playing StarCraft now. Give me my $10, and do that every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Until you get it.
Pretty solid dick move. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that. I'm going to complete it. And it's fine. Right? Like, I was able to do I spent 2 hours on this one thing. Mm-hmm. And then the final 2 hours were like, okay, progress. Die a couple times, progress. Like, none of the rest of it today was like, I hate myself, right? So that's it. So we're making progress now. And I'm sure it'll be fine.
So I'm on their Reddit at the moment. And there's a very highly upvoted trade offer meme that they've got here going. And one of the things you're supposed
meme?
The trade offer, like, I receive this, you receive that.
Trade offer, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the things you're supposed to get is an existential crisis. Do you feel like this is the crisis?
Oh, you're saying in the Outer Wilds subreddit.
Yeah. In
Got
that
it.
subreddit. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you receive existential crisis.
Yeah, like the devs get $25 or $40 with DLC, and you get one of the best space game experiences ever and an existential crisis.
Right, I gotcha.
Are you having an existential crisis or just a crisis?
So, I don't think I've ever had an existential crisis, whether in the real world or in this game. Mm-hmm. Like, I get what they're talking about. There's an aspect of the game that's very much like, oh, death comes for us all. And I understand it. It's kind of it's an interesting part of the story, and I like that part of it a lot.
Sure.
But no, I didn't get that and be like, I'm gonna die someday. Holy cow! Like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not 14 years old like these people are. Ha! Burned.
Fucking got him. Okay. Good to know. Falcon, not 14.
Not 14. Notes. You're going to have to update that after 12 months or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, that's it. Again, there's a lot I like about the game. There's this little kind of like solar system you can play around in where if you showed it to a space physicist, they'd be like, none of this makes any sense at all. What is going on? But it's fun for a gaming environment. Just the idea that you have these planets, you can land on them, you can explore and do stuff, and they're orbiting around this sun, and like you almost have to kind of figure out different trajectories to get on, like just like real space a little bit, you know. So it's a great idea. It's very fun that way. The core of this thing is great, and if it was like land on each planet and kind of dungeon dive a little bit and find out information and then do a puzzle or two, like more Zelda, unless, I'm going to say it again, first-person platforming, I'd probably like it a lot more. And yes, I did see the comment that somebody left. It's like, the first-person platforming is fine. Falcon sucks at games. Like, fair enough.
I don't think they explicitly said you suck at games.
They did not.
I mean, I'll say it. I think you suck at games. But...
Right.
You know, I'm going to throw it out there. Last week, you found, like, you searched first-person platformers, are they hard or whatever, and the first result was a forum thread with 7 comments. And if that's the top result, whew, you know.
Yeah, I know. Again, this is an opinion thing that
I know. I'm well aware. I'm poking fun. That's
okay.
all.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Like, does Zelda have any platforming? But it's in third person, right?
Well, yes, third-person platforming.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering if we loaded up Majora's Mask or whatever with first-person mod, if you'd struggle with that. If like we could really test it, see what it is about the first person that's doing it.
Yeah, could do.
Won't do, but could.
Could do. I mean, really, I think I've talked about this before on the pod, but I think the first time that I was like, man, first-person platforming is terrible was Half-Life. Half-Life is this, 1990s first-person shooter, and then halfway through the game, they're like, all right, you got to be first-person jumping on boxes and dodging stuff, and it just turns into this whole different thing in different segments. Yeah.
Did you play Half-Life Alyx? That's also a first-person Half-Life game.
That is true. Some.
I mean, VR is a whole different beast, obviously.
It is. Well, and there's a mode in it where you just teleport. So I imagine getting from place to place is a lot easier when you can just say, go there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to... maybe my goal this week is to finish Alyx. I've got some time, maybe.
Do it.
Also streaming a lot of Warhammer these days.
Not a lot.
No. Just like 15 hours. It's not a lot.
I've seen worse.
Yeah.
How much StarCraft are you streaming? Let's compare the pair.
Yeah. No, I know.
If you want,
I'm saying
we can chill on Warhammer. Take a day out. That's 3 hours to finish Alyx every week or every other week.
No, it's fine. I can just do it in the morning. I just need to be more disciplined with my day, I think. It'll be fine.
More discipline, okay.
More disciplined. Yes. Yeah. All right. So that's my goal this week. We'll finish Alyx and talk about it.
Cool. So I was looking for a list of all the movies that have used the Wilhelm scream since we mentioned it.
Oh wow, like 500?
The highest I could find was a list with about 320 something.
Yeah.
And since I just watched all the Lord of the Rings movies that are worth watching, I remembered hearing it twice in Return of the King, right? And so I went and found this list, and it has a list of a ton of sound effects used. And now I'm very interested because there's a whole bunch of like sound effects that are called Skywalker, explosion - Pac-Man chomping that has apparently been used in Lord of the Rings.
Skywalker - explosion.
Skywalker, explosion - Pac-Man chomping. That is
so
one
it's a combination of it, or is it sequenced?
This Skywalker sound effect, it was most likely created by Gary Rydstrom debuted in Jurassic Park and was used for Pac-Man in Pixels. Can I get a version of it? Yeah.
Waka 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 waka.
It's just like an explosion sound. It's just boom. Right. Yeah, I can link it to you.
Sure.
Stream probably heard it. Because I just played it on a web browser. But there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. There's also a ton that's just like dinosaur footsteps. Or Skywalker laser blast sound that is being played in Lord of the Rings. Why is there Star Wars sound effects in Lord of the Rings?
The play button on this site.
It's near the bottom. You gotta scroll.
Oh. Dude, it's a long page.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Share buttons, advertisements for YouTube TV, Prime.
What?
Oh, there we go. Audio snippets.
I said near the bottom, not the very bottom.
That's stupid. None of that. If you played that sound for somebody, nobody would be like, "Oh yes, Pac-Man. Oh yes, Luke Skywalker." What? It's terrible. Terribly named. Anywho, hooray!
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, specifically that sound effect was used for Pac-Man in the Pixels movie from 2015, which,
Yep.
just a reminder, over a decade ago. If anyone needs to have an existential crisis about time moving forward constantly.
Yeah, that hurts. Don't like that at all.
Yeah, so not actual Pac-Man, nor would it be a good sound effect. Anyway, just throwing that out there.
Noted. We'll write that down next to Falcon is not 14.
This sound effect has also been used in Castaway. Yep. It's interesting.
Really? That's crazy to me.
Yeah. It was in the Simpsons movie, Star Trek Into Darkness, The Suicide Squad, Wall-E, Osmosis Jones.
Some of these make more sense than others, but yeah, okay.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Grown Ups 2, Angry Birds the movie, The Avengers has it.
Yeah, like I think that one makes sense. I can see the Avengers. I can see a Star Trek Into Darkness using it too.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah. Interesting little world to explore. I just imagine that the Avengers has a lot of like explosion sound effects that they've just grabbed from other places. I don't think the Star Wars. There's a ton of listed Star Wars ones here. I don't know. Not Star Wars. Skywalker. I don't know if they're explicitly because they were made from a Star Wars movie.
No. Is it Skywalker sound?
I mean,
isn't that a thing?
I don't know.
Yep, Skywalker Sound is a sound effects company.
Yeah,
Skywalker split off from Lucasfilm. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
They're like, we got this from Skywalker. We're naming it Skywalker. That's it.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, yep, that's the one. Hooray, mystery solved. We're so smart.
Yeah, look at us. So very smart.
Yeah. You want to talk about Rogue Trader at all?
Sure, what do you want to talk about?
Just kind of curious about this heretic run that we're doing.
Okay, yeah.
So just the concept that there is this Inquisitor, Heinrichs, who we're supposed to shuttle to a place, and then
he's an
blah,
interrogator,
blah, blah, right?
But yeah.
Yeah, he joins our party. He's an interrogator, right? Not Inquisitor. Interrogator. He is a baby Inquisitor.
Yep.
So, and again, I don't know if we talked about this on the pod or not, but there's a point where we're pretty heretical in front of him. Like, we're very much like, we're heretics. And he's like, that was heresy. And then nothing is made of it ever again.
Yeah.
And he, a couple conversations later, is like, so I have to report this to my boss, and your options are, okay, have fun. Like, what? Can I? You can't do anything about it. You can't be like, this guy is going to bust me to an Inquisitor. I don't want an Inquisitor on my tail. That's terrible. We're going to kill him. tell his boss that we found his dead body on this planet and be good. That's not an option. That's all.
I mean, that's not an option to just lie that you found his dead body somewhere. Probably because, like, the truth will get out some way, right?
Okay.
So I feel like if your options are let him go and tell his Inquisitor boss that we said something naughty, and we can use our power and prestige as a rogue trader to be like, okay, but I did you a favor. Like, isn't that how this works? Like, we all understand. He's going to report it, but you're going to overlook it because you're going to need me to do something else for you later. And he's going to go, yeah. Or do you just kill the guy, which they don't give us an option to do at the moment. There might be one later. That said, if we weren't playing a heretical run, Adira being a heretical unsanctioned psyker, we could have just handed her over to Heinrichs on the ship. Been like, I'm tired of Adira. Take her into inquisitorial custody. He goes, okay. And then she's removed from the game. All right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there are options like that in the game. But, like, if we just killed the guy, I feel like the Inquisitor goes, you killed one of my operatives. That's more immediate threat to me. Now you have an actual Inquisitor chasing you down for a crime that he's actually much more likely to care about than you said something bad.
Yeah, I just don't think he could find out.
You just don't think he can find out.
No. Friggin' rogue trader ships are dangerous places. We were in the warp. Some demons got on board. There was a temporary Geller field failure. He got eaten by a demon. Holy shit, that happens. Oh, well. And the Inquisitor's like, wow, that's incredibly suspicious. That never happens at all. I better investigate you for the rest of time.
Okay.
No.
No,
He's like,
okay.
that sucks.
Okay, the game goes, oh, Heinrichs had a picked camera ring, a digi-picked camera that had been recording everything he was doing, and we accidentally handed that over with his body because he died on the ship.
Oh, we're dumb?
Well,
we're stupid now? Why would we do that?
Because we don't recognize inquisitorial technology. You can't get, like, these are the spies. We read the Eisenhorn books.
Here. Hey, could you check Heinrichs real quick to see if there's any weird tech that's disguised as something else, Pascal? Sure thing, no problem, boss. It doesn't seem hard.
I mean, I feel like, Pascal can just know all technology is a bit of a hand-wavy solution. Like,
recognize technology for technology. Not that he knows what it is or how it works.
Well,
but there is tech here, yeah.
If you go, okay, this is a ring, it does something, but I don't know what it does. And then
you keep it to be safe.
Right, but then the Inquisitor goes, where's the ring with the inquisitorial logo I gave him? Like,
okay, the more you say a demon ate Heinrichs, his body is gone.
Demons don't eat. Well, they physically put things in their mouth, but when they go, all their stuff just drops from them onto the warp. That doesn't, like, they don't consume.
He got dragged into the warp.
See, now you just
he's in the warp now?
More and more lies. What I'm just saying, Inquisitors.
I'm just saying there has to be something we can do.
I mean, there is later, but, like, not now. And there's a ton of stuff an Inquisitor can do back that they could just write in that they just chose not to. I think it's fine. It's like, do we want to have a subplot where it turns out the Inquisitor actually has a bunch of spies in our officer's deck who tell him what happened, and then we have to write that scene as well? Like, we could do that, sure, but just waiting's fine. Like, I don't think letting him go is a problem.
If you're locking us into a storyline where Heinrichs is alive for a little bit longer, because you don't want the player to get away with just killing him or disposing of him in some way, then just write it into where, yes, the Inquisitor has spies on your ship. And you tried something and you failed, not because you were dumb, not because you screwed up, but just because the Inquisitor had some spies on your ship and he found out anyway. Now you're in extra trouble. I'd be okay with that. I'm totally done with that being a result. But just not even letting you try at all bothers me. Or have Heinrichs not outright say he's going to tattle on you. Right? Have him just, like, give you some suspicious looks and kind of be like, all right. But you don't know that he's suspicious, like he's that suspicious of you. You don't know that he's going to go tattle. Right? That'd be fine. But for him to be, like, straight up, like, you are doing heretical things, I'm telling on you, okay, good talk. Drop me off to the next place. It's like, sure, Heinrichs. Okay, bud.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm looking at a forum being like, is it possible to kill him? And instead it's like, how about we corrupt him?
Seems like more work. I don't like him enough anyway.
Yeah, apparently, you can't do it.
Okay.
But someone here is like, yeah, in my like wrap-up prologue, it was like Argenta went crazy because he went full heretic and killed him. But I don't know what the set of circumstances. They don't elaborate. They're just like, yeah, this thing happened. My source is, I made it the fuck up.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Huh. Anyway, look, we're gonna keep playing it, and if there's ever any kind of an option to do anything about this, then we'll take it. And if there's not an option to do something about this, then I guess we'll see where the story wants to go.
Right.
The end.
So I'm looking at it. I know exactly where we can get rid of him. Because it's
so there is a way.
Yeah, and I vaguely remember this bit from actually doing it. There's a part where you're like on a place, and he's like, "Let me commune with the warp and the spirit here." And there's an option that's just like attack Heinrichs.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, there's more to it. I've skipped right to the bottom, and that's the thing that says like, "Hey, let's initiate the fight." You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's doable. You can get rid of him eventually.
Right. But just not immediately after he threatens you.
Well, he threatens you, but like, I don't think he has anything on you. He's like, you said some words to a person you're about to kill to throw them off. Wow. Okay, Inquisitor. Was that really?
I don't even say that.
No, but like, that's we think that. You know. You and me,
what?
The players, we're thinking, okay, he's going to go threaten to tell the Inquisitor we said something. Am I worried about what we said?
In the world of 40K, yeah, I really am. Since when do you need evidence to stick an Inquisitor on somebody and burn them at the stake? I don't feel like I've read anything like that in any of the books.
If we want a rogue trader, I would agree. But we're a rogue trader.
Good point.
We have been a rogue trader for a day and a half, goddammit. Let us flex our understanding of how this works.
Yeah, like last time we talked about how it's funny that everyone's like, huh, you're the rogue trader now. What happened to Theodora? And he's like, she's dead, I'm in charge. They're like, cool. Yeah. Sounds okay to me.
There is
kind of lampshade it in the game where they're like, so you can't actually prove you're the rogue trader, and you can't just keep going around and saying that you are.
So when we landed on Footfall, I noted that the little servo herald skull is following us around because you've got him equipped, being like, "This is the bearer of the warrant of trade." Like we have a skull proclaiming it, therefore it must be true. You know. It's
again, like I said last week, Inquisitors have little rosettes that prove they're Inquisitor. I don't think this is hard for a rogue trader to have some kind of proof of identity. That's
we do.
All.
We have the scroll work.
Skull.
It's got paper hanging from it that says, you know, if you could read, you would be very angry right now, because I'm about to take all your stuff, you know, and install a new captain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times being a heretical rogue trader.
It's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm. We won't reference the fact where the first thing I did when we started our playthrough and the first fight we had was that I had one of my players kill the rogue trader character. That was exciting.
Right. You push the button that makes anyone do 3 attacks to anything around you standing next to your only other character, like the rogue trader. So you just did 3 melee attacks into them.
And it was enough to kill him because. As well as an incredibly good
Deadly.
at killing kind of person.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think you're bad at games. But that's fine.
Makes perfect sense.
There's nothing wrong with that. So I have been playing the new Dark Heresy game, which is the Owlcat's follow-up. It's not a sequel. It's just another CRPG in the Warhammer universe. And there's a lot more like, hey, okay, you're going to do a sniper shot at this guy. Instead of it just being like a flat better bonus, you can like target the head. And it actually starts at like the torso, which is like the highest percent, and then the head, then the neck, then the eyes
Fallout.
if you want, right? Like you can straight up be like, I want to shoot this person in the eyes. Which I don't know if the bullet stops at the eyes and goes to the brain, but hey, if you want the benefit of just blinding them
with a bullet,
you can certainly try.
That sounds kind of dumb, but all right.
I assume there might be weapons that are more suited to it, like a flash laser or something, a flash las that's just like, it's highly targeted laser and it blinds them. But if you wanted to shoot them in the forehead, you could.
I guess.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like Fallout, right? Where you have the VAT system.
Yeah.
And you can shoot them in the leg or the head or the shoulder.
Sure. It has all the same kind of correlating attributes where if you hit them in the leg, they can't move as far. If you shoot them in the arms, you can like make them drop their weapon.
Well.
No, they drop their gun. Like you can disarm them.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So that's
then
neat.
Can you arrest them, or what's the follow-up?
No, I think you just
kill an unarmed person.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
I mean,
wow. All right.
It's like this is Warhammer. They're not people. Like,
right.
Technically, the thing that I did it against was a Kroot, so it was Xenos at the very least. If that makes people feel better, I was just doing genocide. I wasn't, doing anything really bad. Someone's mentioned sports ball to you, and now you're just completely checked out. Okay.
Yep.
God, I can't wait for sports ball season to be over. Football will end, and then
it's never
basketball will be back.
Yep.
And then football will be back when basketball ends. Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Good times.
Nope.
No, bad times. Bad times for all.
So boring. What is popular down under? Aussie rule football? Yeah. AFL? Yeah, sure. NRL? Rugby? Soccer's reasonably popular. Cricket? Yep. It's all things other people watch and I guess play.
And Paul, I don't watch first halves of BYU basketball games because they suck in the first half and then they're way better in the second half. So that's been my strategy all season, actually.
Has it worked?
It's worked. There have been a couple games where I'm like, boy, I'm glad I didn't watch the first half. They're down like 10 points, and then they win in the second half. And I'm like, that was a lot of fun. It's a good strategy. Yep.
Okay. So I take it you just can't ever go watch a game live then, right? Because you're like, I got to stand out in the parking lot, and you can't watch the first half.
No, if I was going to the game, I would go, and it'd be fine. And I'd be like, boy, this first half sure sucks. But if I'm just gonna watch it on YouTube TV, then it's like I'd rather spend my time doing something else for an hour, and then I'll come back after halftime and watch that, and it's gonna be more exciting and great. My brothers are texting each other about the game, and they're like, "Wow, that really sucked. Oh man, why are they shooting so poorly?" And I'm like, "It's the first half, you guys. You should do what I do." And they're like, "No, you're dumb." It's fair enough, kids. Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Anywho's. I was bored the other day, so I watched the Air movie, the movie called Air. It's the invention of the Air Jordan and how Michael Jordan signs with Nike.
I heard about this, yeah.
So most of it's like made up or
propaganda.
Compressed or well, as propaganda it's interesting because obviously you're like Nike signed off on this, they made this, they want it to look good, but they also make a lot of the people at the top of their business seem like really unhinged people sometimes.
Certainly.
And I'm like, is this a good look? I guess these people don't work here anymore, right? Like these.
This was 40 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, all the people who are execs in that story are probably dead by now.
I don't think so. I don't think they're dead.
It could be. Man, if they were like 40 years old in 1984, certainly could be dead by now. Old age.
I don't think all of them.
No, not all of them, but some could be.
Yeah, the guy who
the ones they portrayed particularly poorly are dead.
I mean, maybe there's something like 3. But the guy who's like the CEO is still alive. He's 87.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Is he portrayed poorly?
It's Ben Affleck, and he was directing, so kind of. He's like this weird like Buddhist guru CEO. He's got like all these like philosophies up on the wall, and then is like giving like life lessons to Matt Damon, or about how your bowl needs to be emptied before you can fill it.
Boy, yeah, classic.
And because Nike is portrayed as a jogging company at the time, like they don't really have a big sports thing. He goes out running. It's Ben Affleck running, but because it's the 80s, he's built like a big triangle where it's like very top heavy, leggings. Windows is asking me to stay protected and upgrade to Windows 11. Thanks, Windows, for putting that over my entire screen. Fuck you. God, that fucking Windows. Anyway, yeah. So he's an interesting guy, and he's just like, wearing lots of tight leggings and shorts over the top and jogging and looking very unhappy doing it, and being like,
this sucks. Why is this a thing?
I'm following the Dalai Lama, but I also have a purple Porsche, and he's like, I hope that guy skateboarding in the parking lot doesn't scratch my Porsche. It's 17 layers of paint, and they call it grape, which is kind of pedestrian, but it's a good color. He's a very weird character.
I thought the whole point of Buddhism is you let go. You let go of all your earthly attachments. And he's got a freaking Porsche that he loves. You're not doing it very well, sir.
Matt Damon throws that in his face. It's like, did the Dalai Lama have a purple Porsche?
Damon and Affleck working together again. Good to see.
Mm-hmm. It's all right. It's a okay movie.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. It's my second favorite movie called Air, I guess. There's another movie called Air. Let me see if I can find it on Wikipedia real quick.
Airbud?
No, it's just called Air. It's got... Oh, there's an anime movie called Air. That's interesting. Not what I was looking for. Air, Norman Reedus. There we are. 2015 film. It's about a nuclear disaster has, fucked the Earth, and everyone is surviving in stasis pods or whatever under the Earth in bunkers. And Norman Reedus and this other guy, what's his name? I should give him.
Wait, so the plan is you put people into stasis and then wake them up after 60 million years and the radiation is gone.
Kind of, yeah, pretty much. Digimon Honsu is his name. He's the other actor. They wake up every 6 months and do maintenance checks and checks to see what the radiation levels are. So they're aging for 2 hours every 6 months because that's when they get up. They have 2 hours and they get back in their pods.
Okay.
So it's a movie with...
I've not heard of this movie.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's really good. I don't know about really good, but it's fun. It's not fun. It's dystopian, but it's fun.
What's the inciting event of the film?
One of their stasis pods that they've been getting into and out of breaks, and only one of them can go into hibernation now.
Oh.
And so it's who gets to live and age slowly, or who gets to sit here as the bunker shuts down and runs out of air again.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So it's great.
So they fight to the death. It's a 20-minute movie. The end.
Or maybe there's a backup they could bring online, or maybe they could shunt someone out of one of their pods and use that one instead.
Ooh, brutal. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Air.
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus and no one else?
It has 3 actors in it. Sandrine Holt, Digimon Honsu, and Norman Reedus. I'll give you their names. There you go.
Wow, okay. That's fun. 3 people in the cast.
Yeah. Sorry, no, that was starring. Excuse me. There's actually 5 people with Peter Benson as Anchorman and David Nickel as Sleeper Number 1.
Sleeper number 1. Gotta love that role. Totally his big break in Hollywood, I bet.
I remember enjoying this. Apparently on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 17% based on reviews from 12 critics. Maybe it's not good.
Have we had this discussion before? Aren't there a bunch of movies you like where Rotten Tomatoes is like, actually, no, this is bad?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I'm just not surprised by this. I'm not saying it's bad either. I'm just saying this does not weird me out at all.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna. You know what's interesting? I know who Norman Reedus is, and I don't think I've ever seen a single film that he's in.
Really? Have you not seen
or played? I know
TV
he's
show?
in Death Stranding, right?
Yeah.
Haven't played Death Stranding. Haven't seen Walking Dead. Is he in Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Haven't seen Walking Dead.
You've seen a movie with Norman Reedus. I made you watch it.
Okay.
Boondock Saints.
Oh, good one. Good call. That's right. I have seen a Norman Reedus movie one time.
Yeah. Did you watch the sequel, Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day?
Don't know if I did.
Okay. Well, you could double that number then. That's also a good movie.
Where the heck is that streaming?
Amazon Prime, I think my brother told me the other day.
Well, you're in Australia, so your answers are irrelevant.
Okay, great.
No, it's true. We've discussed this for years. It's
but
on there's so much stuff that's on Australian Netflix that is not on American Netflix.
No, I get it. You're right. It's not a guarantee, but you can still check.
Certainly can.
Checking's not going to kill you.
Looks like it's not available on any native streaming service. It's all available to rent for $4, which sucks. Yeah, it's like, hey, it's on Netflix, and I click on it. Not in your country, sucker. So yeah, I can pay $4 for it on like 6 different platforms, but nobody just has it in America.
Yeah, that sucks.
Awesome. Yep.
What's the $4? I'll tip you on Twitch $4 if you want. Apparently that works.
I mean,
get you to play games that you don't like. Maybe I can get you to watch movies that you. Oh my god, is $4 the price? Can I get you to watch anything for $4?
No.
Oh. Okay.
No. Look, here's the thing. Polly here in chat wants me to play some game. He's like, if I pay you to play this game, will you play it? And I'm like, no. There you go. No. It's really funny. He actually paid me to play the one I did before this. Dishonored.
Yeah. No, you did
Pillars. Then
Pillars
it was
of...
Dishonored.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm playing Dishonored. I'm like, that's pretty fun. And then he's like, yeah, I never finished the game. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, no, I just wanted to make you play it. And I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah,
Good stuff. So he's lost his privileges.
So, okay. So the privileges are a thing that people have. He's just lost them.
Uh-huh. He's lost them.
So, like, what's my dollar cost average here looking like? Like, if it's a game, is it $10 a stream? If it's a movie, is it $4 for the 2 hours?
Yeah, look, you can make the offer, and I can accept it, or I can reject it. It's how this works. It's a
right, but I don't want to come in
relationship.
I don't want to come in lowballing it and be like, no. Like, I want what's a number you'll accept? Cards on the table.
I don't know. Yeah, if you want to send me $4 on PayPal or whatever, then I'll watch Boondock Saints 2. Sounds great.
Okay, great. I want to get you to play Final Fantasy 13 2.
Oh my gosh. Dude, the name alone. Final Fantasy. Again, I'm going to make this point for the 47th time. Final Fantasy VII was widely regarded as awesome and sold 1 million copies. And Square Enix was like, you know why? Because the plot was convoluted as hell and nothing made any sense. That's why it sold so many copies. Let's make everything after this convoluted as hell and make no sense. Welcome to Final Fantasy for the rest of all time.
I'm gonna be honest. Final Fantasy games were convoluted way before Final Fantasy VII.
Not nearly as much. 6 is a pretty darn straightforward story. It's like, Kefka's a secret bad guy. That's as complicated as it gets.
Final Fantasy 1 has a time-traveling knight who steals a princess for no reason and can be unlocked with a flute. And then you fight God.
Unlocked with a flute?
Yeah, you get to fight him by playing a flute.
You summon him?
Yeah, at the final moments, I think the way to get into the shrine where he's holed up in, you need to play a flute. And you can only advance your classes from warrior to knight if you found a rat's tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, let's compare this to the Final Fantasy VII story, Samacron, that I know you love very much. But it is so much crazier than that.
I don't think it's very complicated. You're an eco-terrorist trying to save the planet from Shinra. Done. That's the plot.
Yep. That's it. Final Fantasy what? X2?
13x2. You can play 1. It's good. I actually like that game. 13-2 sucks. You play as one of the characters has now been elevated to a godlike status, and time starts falling apart, so you have to jump around the timeline and try to fix things. So there's a bunch of time travel. Yeah. It's not a good game, but what's the number?
So here's what we've established is that you are willing to give me bad games just to watch me suffer, so you've lost your privileges. That's how it works. It's over. Well done.
No. I mean, you'll make yourself suffer by playing Clair Obscur on the hardest difficulty and not explore to get Pictars. I'm giving you a game you can beat. It's just mildly annoying.
You said it sucks. That's the words you said on this podcast. You said it sucks. You didn't say it was mildly annoying.
Look, it's only 28 hours on the main story.
Ugh. Sounds gross.
Yeah. Here's the oh no, hold on. This is not what I thought it was. Don't worry. I thought I was reading a list of features it has, but it's a feature it's an ad on the side of the webpage, basically.
Oh.
But it's time tracking tools, multi-scaling reviews, detailed dungeons. I'm like, okay, this sounds like that game.
It does sound like video games.
Yeah. Okay. I will I suggested that because I knew you'd say no. That's not fair. That's not fair.
It's totally fair. The door was opened.
No.
I opened myself with my trusting heart, and you said betrayal immediately. So now it's closed. Sorry. I'll do Boondock Saints 2. Absolutely. I like the first one. I wouldn't mind watching the second one.
No. I get to offer you games.
No.
Yes. You got. I can still make the offer.
You can, and I'll say no. That's fine.
Under absolutely every circumstance, you'll say no?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
It is.
No.
You had a chance. Again, my open, loving, trusting heart said my friend Somicron will surely suggest a game that will make my life better and I'll enjoy. And no, the very first thing you do is think of the dumbest, worst game ever that I'll hate and suggest that one.
And then tell you that it sucks and you shouldn't play it. I spared you from it at the same time. How is that not a good thing?
No. Nope.
I don't understand what I did wrong.
We're moving on.
No, we're not moving on until I find a game on my list that I've played and I think you'd like.
No, it's too late.
No, it's not.
Too late to apologize.
Here's the thing. I do like the first Final Fantasy 13 game. I think it's fine. Well, I do recommend it be played with a walkthrough. So I'm not recommending that, but let's,
Okay.
Let's look for other games. Have you played Life is Strange?
No.
Okay. I hear they're
Did
like...
watch somebody do a retrospective on it, though? Who was that? Anyway, I watched somebody do a retrospective on it.
I feel like...
And it seemed pretty dumb.
I feel like you would not enjoy the teen drama of it. Like, a lot of people go in for, like, for the teen drama where it's like...
Yeah.
She said this, and it's like, oh, yeah, give me that, because I don't have that in my life, so it's kind of fun to get vicariously. But I just feel like you would not be into it.
Nope.
But there's okay, it's a good game, though.
Well, this is a great part of the podcast where Samacon scrolls through his Steam library and randomly suggests games that Falcon says no to. Views are going through the roof.
Oh, they're not getting any further down. That's fine.
We've got 7 people watching right now. That is well above our average.
That says 8 for me. Do you guys have any ideas? What are some good games that Falcon might like? Leave a comment below.
We talk about Witchbringer.
I think you should play Portal 2.
I liked Portal 2.
That changed very quickly.
It did. Because I was like, man, Wheatley's a fun character, and Cave Johnson is so funny in that game, and some of the new physics stuff is great. And then I was like, oh, right. There's like 4 levels where they're like, you're in a huge cave. How could you possibly escape? Oh, I know. Search the whole cave for the 1 pixel 8 miles away where you can shoot a portal. Isn't this fun? And I said, it is not fun at all, actually, no. This is boring and terrible game design. You should feel ashamed after Portal 1.
Critically acclaimed game. Won lots of awards.
Fish boy.
I like that game.
StarCraft 1 and 2?
Yeah,
Victor Varan. Is Victor Varan the name of a game?
It's possible. Anything could be the name of a game. Victor Varan. No search results in Steam. Sweet.
Oh. The internet says Victor Varan is a character in...
Ooh. All right, I've got
No, there's a video game called Victor Varan.
Yeah?
There's a Victor Varan. Oh, spelled differently. Victor, Victor Varan.
Oh.
Not K. It's a ARPG.
Oh, okay.
It kind of looks like Van Helsing to me a little bit.
That is exactly what I thought looking at this.
Yeah.
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 That is so Van Helsing.
Yeah.
No, the game I'm recommending to you and making the offer, I'll gift you a copy, is Warhammer 40k Mechanicus. It's a great game. I finished it. It's really good.
What a sales pitch.
I mean, you play as a Mechanicus.
I know, but see, the problem is, at this point, you
tactics.
know, if you tell me the truth about a game that it sucks, I'm not going to play it. So now, can't trust you.
Okay, don't trust me. Trust the overall 92% very positive reviews on Steam. Yeah. I like the game so much, I have the soundtrack in my music library on Spotify. So it's great sounds. Okay, that doesn't...
Look, there have been plenty of games with incredible soundtracks, and the game is not good. You know that. It's a different skill set. You can hire an amazing video game composer to compose their balls off, and then your game mechanics are garbage because someone else is doing that.
If I remember correctly, Bungie's game after Halo Destiny had... Who's the guy? Who's like in the Beatles or something? Destiny music.
Paul McCartney?
That's the guy. Yeah, he's old. They had him do some music for Destiny 2, and I couldn't tell you which tracks he did. Yeah. Yeah.
So was it good or bad? What's the point of the story?
Oh,
That's it?
You can get famous people who do good music, apparently, to do music for your thing and have nobody notice.
Yeah,
I feel
totally.
I feel like
I'm just saying the music stands alone. The music is the music.
well, but when
There
you
are
say
people who love the Lord of the Rings soundtrack and have no idea who composed it.
that's fine, but like
Yeah.
when you sit down to play a game, music is a component that you pay attention to, right? Like
Yeah.
it's a part of the game. If a game has absolutely no music in it, that's definitely a point against it. You don't get to
It
say
is.
the
I
music stand alone.
firmly believe if StarCraft music was significantly worse, it would hurt the quality and longevity of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think there are games out there that are from the 90s that kind of just have like garbage electronic music that they didn't put any time into that are otherwise really good games. And people are like, I don't want to go back there. The music is terrible. I guarantee that happens in some of these. So yeah, music's a really important part of the game. I agree.
Okay.
Paulie wants to know what kind of liquor is in your mini fridge.
You want to see what's in my mini fridge? Okay.
He does. Ooh, we're taking a trip.
2 bottles of water and some handful of lollies I got given at Christmas.
Handful of Christmas lollies. Wonderful.
Yeah, cable isn't long enough for my headphones.
Nope.
I'll take it. There's a couple of different things. There's like...
Oh, he wants to know what's on top of your mini fridge. What's that thing?
Oh. So this was a Christmas gift. It is Outcask, the Devil's Wilderness specialty rum. I believe it was brewed at... there's a my mate bought it for me as a gift for Christmas at like Bungholia Rum or something. Is
What?
Yeah. It apparently... Here, I gotta look it up to remember, because if I remember correctly, it doesn't say it on there. Outcask rum. If we were doing every time the game DCs, I'd do a shot, this is what I was gonna use. Let me find... Because I believe they actually like sold out of this stuff now. So finding the webpage might be a little tricky. Oh no, they still have some left. Let's see. First decanted barrel of rum Bungholia, followed closely by 11 of its mates. 2 years in a ex-angel shared stout cask, resulting in a bold, complex rum with notes of roasted malt, subtle espresso, and chocolate. So it's malt, coffee, and chocolate rum. There you go.
Do you like it?
I haven't tried it. I don't tend to drink on my own. Like, not hard liquor, at least. I'll have a beer, maybe, but I ran out a year ago and haven't been bothered to buy more, so...
And then you got some for Christmas.
Yeah, I got some rum. Rum is liquor, not beer.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fine.
I mean, if you drank one like right now on stream, would you be drinking alone?
I mean, Jesus is always with me.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I could try it if you want, if that's what you want.
I'm just curious. It'd just be funny if it sucked. You're like, what the hell, friend? What are you doing to me?
It's going to be more funny if I can't get the bottle open because it's sealed with wax.
That would be more funny.
And I don't know how to get it open.
Yes.
I mean, I might need to get a knife for this. I'll try with my thumb. It's fine. Just peeling away, chipping away wax with my thumb. Ugh. I'm going to end up with wax in it. What's about there's just like a screw top at the top. I need Coke, though. I've got like maybe half an empty can from like an hour ago of Pepsi Max.
Pepsi Max?
It's got way less calories
Mm.
than regular Pepsi. What am I doing? I have a knife here. I swear. There better be a screw top at the end of this thing. Oh my god, that is so much easier with a knife. You have no idea, Falcon.
I imagine it's... Yeah, no, I could imagine that.
I'm not going to drink it straight from the bottle, because obviously if I share this with anyone, that would be... I mean, I guess it's alcohol. It'll self-disinfect. Okay, that is the thing off. It does have a stopper. Let's smell it at least. Smells like rum. Smells like rum.
Any chocolate in there?
No. All right, let me go get a glass. I don't have one here. Okay. Keep them entertained,
all right.
Falcon.
I will. I'm very good at that. I'm good at talking myself for hours and hours. Yeah, Polly, I don't think you can get in trouble with Twitch community guidelines by drinking rum on stream, but I think if you had an illegal substance on stream, they'd probably come after you. Although, I don't know. If you were attractive enough, had enough subs, they probably wouldn't care too much, right? Man, who's that one? Who's that one streamer that has like 1 million subs that like records herself shoplifting all the time? I've seen her post it on Reddit sometimes, and it's like, are you really? Like, you've got this amazing cushy gig where you just do whatever you want on stream and make thousands of dollars a month, and you're going to throw it away because you're shoplifting on stream?
Got a glass.
Wait, Polly is in the middle of an ad break. Hold on.
Okay, that's fine. I'll wait. I got a big old glass. Obviously,
what's on it?
Butterflies. It's from Hungry Jack's spring collection. Hungry Jack's being Burger King in Australia. I got it.
I don't think.
Clear, so.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I'm just saying. I remember back in the day when fast food restaurants would be like, "Hey, for like $2 more with your value meal, we'll give you this collectible glass." How long ago was this?
Oh, this was last year. This was like October.
Why does Burger King suck here? And it's amazing in Australia.
So it does occur to me, I actually have if I can remember which way to lean out, a little cabinet just here with some Warhammer minis. There are actually whiskey glasses in there.
Oh, well, that would have saved some time.
It would have, but they're also sitting up and have like other loose collectible things in them, so they're like filled with dust and yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you back, Polly?
Are you back?
Back. All right, here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna pull myself a tiny little bit.
Yep. Very good.
Cool.
Very good.
I wanted this to be a quick podcast because I've got work at midnight, and then you were late, and I wanted to make that joke about.
I was like, let's stop talking about video games and just get into Witchbringer, and you were like, no.
I do. I mean, fuck me, Falcon. I'm enjoying your company. I'm enjoying making you squirm about terrible games. Oh, there's a little bit of chocolate. I don't like rum.
There you go. Wait, you could have said that to start.
Well, you asked me to try it.
Oh, wait, so your mate was like, I know what a gift to get Somicron this Christmas. Rum. Clearly not knowing that Somicron hates rum.
Oh, excuse me. I don't like rum by itself.
Oh,
I'll drink. I'll drink it with like a Coke or whatever. Right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he told me he got it purely for the joke that because he knew I would enjoy that it was from their first decanted barrel of rum bungholio. Which, yeah, I enjoyed the joke, and that's why I had not opened it.
Gotcha. So he wasn't like, boy, he's sure going to enjoy this rum. He's like, it's a funny name.
Pretty much. I mean, he wanted to try it, and, like, getting it as a gift for me was a good way for him to try it as well. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, anyway. Anyone else want this? Because I'm probably not going to finish that little bit.
All right. Experiment complete. Well done.
Yeah. Anyway, play Mechanicus. It's great. I I will gift you a copy next time it goes on sale, and you can just add it to like your list of games to play when you run out of things on stream.
Man, you know how many games are already in my library?
I mean, I can look that information up.
Can you? Can you see my whole library?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh.
If I go to view profile, you have 179 games in your library.
Huh.
By playtime, The Binding of Isaac with 1,794 hours, which is not you, it's your kid.
It is. What's funny is that was on my account, and then he bought it on his own Steam account and probably has another 1,500 hours on that one, too.
Castle Crashes, which I believe you played with your kids at least.
Yes.
348 hours in The Witcher 3. That's you.
Tracks. That's entirely me.
Terraria. I'm going to assume you did not play Terraria with your kids.
Not a minute of Terraria.
Yeah. 262 hours in Cyberpunk.
That's me.
Yep. And then 234 hours in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, that's us.
Yep. Then 201 hours in Elden Ring. Yeah.
Much? I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah. Maybe you left it running one day.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So, I mean, I can see that you have a ton of games. You have XCOM 2 that you've never launched. That's a good game you can play.
When did I buy XCOM 2?
You have Warhammer Gladius Relics of War. I don't remember when you got that or why. Me
neither.
That's an okay game to, like, I don't know, relax with. Like, it's not very good. I enjoyed it, but, like, I recognize that there's a lot of stuff not working for it.
What kind of game is it?
It's like a 4X tactics game. Turn-based strategy, so you have like a base in which you can build units out of, but you also have to like manage the base's population and like how much ore you're mining from it. And so like your population will grow every 3 turns or whatever based on happiness, and then you can build like another ore refactory, and then once you've got enough ore, you can build another space marine or whatever. And so there's a ton of the factions from Warhammer.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, so you can play as Imperium, but you can also play as Chaos or Eldar or whatever.
Or Orc, or Tyranid, or Tau, or Eldari, or Drukhari, or Chaos Space Marines, or Sisters of Battle, or the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Right.
There are like a ton in there. If you
That's cool.
The developers Proxy Studios made this game, and if you were to go to their their Steam page, right, it's Gladius, and look through some of the like screenshots. The next game, Zephon, looks so similar. They just reskinned the engine, and people were starting fights with me on Twitter back when I was on Twitter because I pointed this out, that I was going to note all of the similarities in like the release trailer to the finished version of Gladius. Like, Gladius is out, you're putting out DLC that looks like the models for this Assault Terminator looks like crap, and here's Zephon that you're working on that is also just a reskin, and people were like, no, it's a totally different game. You just don't get it because you haven't played it because the game's not out, so you couldn't know that it's different. And I'm like, I'm looking at what they're telling us is in it. There's very little difference. Like, there was like a screen that showed all the resources that you could get, and it's the same number of resources with a slightly different like logo for them. So electricity now looks slightly different, oil now looks slightly different, happiness is slightly different.
Laziness. Yeah.
Also, Paulie, the number of ads is actually set up by the streamer. Like,
no, there's a default that you cannot get rid of. Yep, I looked at it the other day. You have a minimum of like 1 minute and 30 seconds per hour.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I was mad too.
Oh,
Someone's like, I got an ad. And I'm like, you shouldn't get an ad. I thought turn that off. And I checked, and it's like, you can't turn them all off. And I was like, oh.
So if it's a minute of an hour, 1 minute 30 per hour, right?
I think that's it.
You can, under the stream manager, I believe, have a button that's like, hey, play a 30-second ad now. So at least they don't get them in a minute 30 chunk. Like, they get 30 seconds here, 30 seconds whenever you want. You just have to remember to push the button.
You can just do it at a time that is less.
Yeah, I can run a
exciting.
60-second ad
Yeah.
right now. Sorry, Paulie.
Yeah. Yeah, I should do that when I do Coke Zero refills then.
Yeah, absolutely. You should get a splash screen that says "on a break,"
Yeah.
or have a little highlight reel that you could cut to and just play that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's yep.
Something.
Yep, that's Twitch's back end for you, ladies and gentlemen.
We have exposed the truth. Now you know.
All right, you want to talk about Witchbringer?
Yeah, let's talk about Witchbringer.
Cool. Not gonna lie,
Stephen B. Fischer.
since I didn't work a lot this week, I was like glad that you were going over with Outer Wilds. I'm like, I got 5 minutes left in this thing. I'm at 1.7 speed.
Oh, well, that worked. Nice.
Yeah. I also I had to listen to 4 hours of it today, which shouldn't have been that hard. I just kept putting it off because I'd rather watch this or whatever, and I can't watch a video. And so it got down to the wire.
That's not a good sign for you liking this book, Omicron.
Here's the thing: I liked it the first time I read it, and I liked a lot of things about it this time. It just didn't grab me because I already got it, you know. So how did you like the book, Witchbringer by
I liked it.
Stephen B. Fisher?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah. I've talked about this before. Sometimes there's a book and I'm like, I'm reading and I'm like, I want to do something else right now, and I do something else. But this one got my attention pretty well, I think. The pacing's good. I like the characters. I thought they were interesting and complicated, and it's, I don't know, story's good. I like that, it's just basic storytelling, right? Set some story points early in your book, pay them off later, right? It's still some mystery, and then explain what it is, and it feels nice to the reader when you pay it off.
Yeah. So the story is of a psyker who's coming back to her regiment after she was a captain who got found out for being a psyker, who got sent off to the Scholastica Psychana to be trained. And so this is broadly a story of leaving home and coming back to find out that not only you have changed, but home has as well. I think that's broadly what the theme of the book is. When it's not being isolationist, supernatural, claustrophobic. The mist is 2 feet in front of your face, and there's trees that grab your feet and
drag you into the swamp and kill you. Yeah.
So it's it's atmospherically tense and a good theme. I think the book does it really well. I remember when I first read it, I went and looked up people on Reddit to see if anyone talked about it, and the author actually did an AMA. And so I'm like, that's the author's Reddit handle. I'll send him a message saying that I liked it. He said, thanks. So, he got back to me.
Look at you.
Yeah.
You should be on our podcast, man.
Do you think I should ask him? Hey.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask.
I could ask. I mean, he might go back and listen to this bit where I say that I was listening to it on 1.7 speed and, maybe fell asleep while I was listening to it. And that I liked it fine. That's not a great way to sell it. That's not how you sell someone on something, Falcon. I know how to sell people on things. Maybe if he's done another book, because this was his first book into Warhammer. Maybe if we can get a second book out of him, we can invite him on.
Sure, that'd be cool. I'm down.
Yeah. Fisher.
So I have a question then.
Yeah.
So most of the stories I hear about, this person's a psyker, is when they're 5, right? They're grabbing children and they're dumping them on the black ships and sending them wherever. So how frequent is it that someone's a captain in the Imperial Guard and is suddenly I'm a psyker? Wow. Right?
So, I mean, this person's always had latent psychic abilities. It didn't emerge, right? There's a point later in the book where one of the old sergeants, the person who's the gruff old sergeant, he's the only one who got the moniker the sergeant. Everyone knows who you're talking about. Is we knew. Right, you realize you weren't hiding it from us. We knew that you were able to spot ambushes with just a feeling. You know,
Right.
you weren't the only one bearing that burden.
You were obviously gifted
Right.
in many ways and warp. Right.
But yeah, so people can hide their psychic abilities and get found later and then get sent. That's a thing that happens. I think it's
Okay.
less ideal because obviously that gives them a chance to like mature their powers in ways that the Imperium does not want and then can use them to resist if they desired.
It's like Jedi. Jedi like picking up kids too for that same reason.
Yes. So that's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I just imagine her showing up at this school for psychers and being like 25 and everyone else is like 6.
Yeah.
She's like,
yeah. Well, that's the thing. The book opens with like her getting a premonition about a boy psyker, like a child who's more powerful than he can like control, luring demons into his body, and it's like, yeah, it's a child because like she's there hanging out with kids that they've been kidnapping.
Right. Well, and they were talking about like some of the schooling is like put 10 of them in a room and then one of them gets to leave, and I'm like, so if you're fighting 6-year-olds, probably a little bit easier.
Probably, especially if you have guard training and like years of campaigning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder she made it through.
Right. There's a ton of moments in the book where it's like, and then I drew my las pistol and shot him because not only am I a psycho, I was a guard captain. You know.
Which they should train all of their combatant psychers this way. Like, this should just be normal. They should be like, here is your staff and here is your las pistol. Use them both, please. They will both be handy in different ways.
So, I don't know. The book doesn't make mention that she has the las pistol straight away, but she gets dropped off back on the planet, right? And there's like a guy, her handler, with a bolt pistol to her back, being like, go, move. Like, let's get going. And it's like, she has a pistol, bro.
Yeah, and she's a psyker. Like, are you a blank? No? Okay, then. What do you think you're doing exactly? Yeah. I mean, I was so weirded out by that. Like, I bet there are a bunch of militant psychers who don't want to be sent to the front lines of war and are, like, pissed off about it. But she's like, I don't want to go, but I'll go, you know?
Right. So psychers generally have handlers who will kill them if, like, they get a bit warpy, right? And, like, oh, they're losing control. The bolt pistol's really good. Let's put him down.
That's not what this was, though.
That's kind of his point. He's mostly, like, trying to get her to, like, all right, we're the black ship. We just dropped you off here. I need to get to the person who can, like, take over and, like, sign for you, and then I can leave. I don't want to be on this planet.
Yeah. Right.
But he could have just asked. Like, there's a moment where he refuses to go into the administratum clerk office because it, like, smells bad. She could have drawn her pistol and walked out and shot him while he was, like, playing with his coat tails or whatever.
Right. This is I don't know what the purpose of that character is at all.
I think he's there for formality. Like, this is a thing that happens. I need to put a character here. Why not?
Sure. Yeah. Fine.
It's like, it's a thing that you expect to see, so it has to be there.
So real quick, back to her schooling, I just want to say, I love that, like, her final test before she's ready to be an adept. What's the next level?
An adept instead of an
adept.
An initiate or whatever the beginner is. Yeah,
they take you down into a huge cave at the core of this planet, lock you in, and then you get sucked into the warp and you hang out in the warp for a while. And who knows what happens? You might come back. I don't know, man. You might be irredeemably changed into a monster. You might lose your mind.
Yep. It's great, though.
It's so funny. It's like, you were in there for 6 days. Usually people in there for 6 days lose their minds, but you seem to be all right, so good job.
Right. Well, she's a Cadian, or Acadian. She's used to staring up at unfettered warp space. It's fine. It's like home for her.
It's a fair point. Entirely fair point. Like, we need more Cadian psychers. This is great.
Can't get any more. Cadian's not there now.
No. There are a bunch of Cadians running around, though. As many as the story needs.
So there's a point where she's, like, on her way back, and she gets, like, the new major, a stripper, is like, oh, you're worried about the trooper who just ran 12 miles to get here? you can go with him on his way back. Bye,
Yeah.
Psyker. And she gets to talking to Justine, a French Canadian, like he has a like, oh, madame, I first picked up my lasgun 6 years ago, but I had one for 3 before that. That is his voice. He is Frenchly voiced in the book.
He is French Canadian.
Yeah, he's
Jokes.
French Canadian. Yeah,
That's a joke. That's very funny.
Yeah,
That does not come through in the printed word. You may be surprised to hear.
maybe, but it's very important that she's like talking to him as a new recruit, because Cadians are like adopting people, or they're having kids while they're like, now fleet based, now that their home planet's destroyed, and his eyes are not purple like hers because he doesn't get to stare into unvetted warp space for a childhood like she did.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and she understands that her generation, the last one to be raised on Cadia, that's it. They're the last ones to remember Cadia. Everybody who comes after will be Cadian, but not really, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They'll be remembering Cadia, but the rest of them lived there, and they can pass on as much as they can, but like there is something about the ingrained experience of being in a place that just, oh my god, I burped and it tasted like rum.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's meant to be with character. People shouldn't drink this straight. I don't know how they do it.
That's fair.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? We're speaking of like Katie and home experiences, we get a section where she's like telling the story of what happened to her dad when she was a little girl, and it's a short story that I just really like, that they're showing that, hey, Cadia is this like, we're for the Emperor, we are military and strict and rigid, and maybe that's kind of fucked up. You don't see that a lot. That like, even the Cadians go home and beat their wives and commit suicide, and their children are ashamed and burn the note and hide the body,
and then report to military duty at 14, because that's what you do.
That's what you do. Yeah.
Well, and it's a good moment too, because she's like, yeah, my dad beat me and beat my mom, and he kind of sucked. And then he killed himself, and his suicide note's like, I've seen all of this fucked up shit, and I can't get it out of my head, and it has irredeemably changed me forever, and I'm killing myself because of it. Bye. And she's like, oh, okay, I have a little more perspective now, I guess.
Now she understands where he was coming from. Yeah. Again, home is a place that you can never go back to in this book, and like she's getting that perspective. It's great. So well done.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. So the story is about a demon who possesses the planet and wants to get out. And the Imperium's maybe been like letting it hang there because, like, as a side effect, the planet produces a lot of psychers, and they need that for the tithe.
Right. Which is very 40K. Like, congratulations on coming up with yet another very 40K story. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you think they just have like a giant repository of great 40K story outlines, and then when they need a new book, they're like, all right, here's your concept, build on it, do your own thing, but this is the concept, right? Or they make them come up with their own, because they're always really good.
It'll be a bit of both. Like, Eisenhorn is a 7-book series, right? Because it's massively popular and Dan Abnett likes writing it. But the first book was a tie-in book to a board game they were selling.
Right.
And the book outsold the board game like 1 billion to 1. But they gave Dan Abnett make a spy novel, basically. So he had to do that.
Yeah. No, that makes sense if you're pulling from something existing in the canon already. But in this case, where I don't think this planet is mentioned anywhere else, right?
No, I don't.
So so either they were like, all right, Steven, come up with your own amazing 40K setting, or here's one you can use, right?
It's entirely possible he came to them and said, hey, I have this setting. Would you let me do it? And they said, yeah, sure. That's probably
because it's this planet where I don't remember somebody imprisoned an incredibly powerful demon at the core of this planet.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The Eldari? Like, do we know who did it? I can't remember.
So I'm gonna assume it was the Imperium because they find Imperial ruins. Like there's a big domed, and they call them like the first guy that gets there. He's like this ecclesiarch, and he's like reconquer the planet, and he's like, oh, these ruins that came from nowhere, they must be churches to the Emperor. That's what they are.
Right. Right.
And there's like one in the center, and then another one ringing them around as like to form maybe a barrier. To be like, hey, don't go in there.
Yeah.
So
right,
I'm
right,
going
right. That's
to
what it is.
assume
Imperium.
it was the Imperium, possibly during the Great Crusade.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we really had an answer on that.
No. Well, and again, the Imperium buried it because, as a happy side effect, they were like, oh, yeah, this planet produces 1 billion more psychers per capita than anywhere else in the Imperium. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And somebody knows. Somebody in the higher up in the Imperium knows it's because we imprisoned a demon there 10,000 years ago. But nobody else knows because that would be, we can't let that get out.
So, interestingly enough, Prospero, Magnus the Red's home planet, also produced a lot of psychers. And there's not like a demon prison there. It might just be because Magnus was there, right?
Right.
We don't know what the cause and effect there is. But I think there are just planets that produce more and nobody really knows why. And so this one might be an extreme uptick. It might be on the high end of that bell end curve. Or bell curve, not bell end curve. That reminds me. I was watching a TV show with my brother the other day. And it's The Last Laugh UK. And they get like 10 comedians and stick them in like a Big Brother house for like 6 hours. And they have to make each other laugh. And one of them was like just sitting there and goes, so you ever noticed how like hair grows like from around your dick and then sometimes it like encroaches on the shaft, like it gets right like towards the bell, and just trying to make other people laugh by saying fucked up shit. It's a great, it's 6 episodes, highly worth watching on Amazon Prime. But yeah, so that was in my head. Otherwise, it's not a bell end curve; it's a bell curve.
No, it's a bell curve.
It's a bell curve, and Visage is on the high end. But maybe it's entirely possible they don't know that there's a demon there.
Yeah, no, it's entirely possible that someone at one point knew, and that knowledge is lost forever, and nobody knows. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah. So then, I mean, the insight. Well, so we got the Colonel as a character, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He used to be in the Imperial Guard. He was here. He was fighting to pacify the planet.
Yep.
And then his daughter turns out to be a psyker who can instantly kill people around her on accident all the time. And so the Imperium's like, nope, not this one. So they burn her at the stake because that's how we handle witches in 40K. And he's extremely pissed off by this, which, fair, dude. Like, absolutely be mad about this. The Imperium could have handled this a myriad of different ways that have not happened as terrible as the one that they chose. So he deserts with an entire platoon of his dudes. They're out there in the swamp, basically fighting against the Imperium, fighting this righteous battle against the terrible aspects of the Imperium and the life they used to live. And then the previous, what do they call it? Militant psyker? What's the term?
The previous Primaris Psycho. The Lord Psycho.
Primaris Psyker. Yeah. So the previous Primaris Psyker
Calypso
gets lured into the swamp and ends up almost becoming a host for the demon that's imprisoned there and then freeing the demon. Does that have anything to do with the Colonel?
So the Colonel...
I don't think so. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Not really. Like, the Colonel is... he's working with chaos cults on the planet who want to free them because he can't be corrupted by them, so he gets to use them as a tool.
Right.
Because it turns out the Colonel is a blank.
Right.
Which probably would have helped hide his daughter's abilities. Like, you just stand there next to her and she can't kill people.
Well, maybe he's a late blooming blank.
Maybe. And also, as Dan Abnett invented, you can burn a blank out if you're psychically powerful enough. As we learned with one of the middle books. Shit, can't remember. Ravenel. That's it. Thank you, Brain.
Yeah.
One of the Ravenel books. Anyway, so he wants to use them to free the demon so that like it can be free on this planet and it will destroy this planet, and that's kind of his goal. Like, just destroy the planet, right? He doesn't care if it goes on to kill everyone in the Imperium, just this planet.
He just wants revenge for the death of his daughter, right?
Yeah. They want the Chaos Cult wants to embody it in a Primaris Psyker because it needs a powerful host, and Primaris Psykers are powerful hosts.
Right.
And then they can have it go along and kill every planet.
Right, and he doesn't want that. He intentionally sabotages their plan to make that happen because he just wants the demon to destroy the world, and then whatever happens, happens. He doesn't want it to be controlled.
Yeah.
He wants it to create chaos and death. So how does it happen the first time? Is he involved with the Chaos Witches, or does he not show up until after? I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, I don't know if this chronology works.
So, you mean with the first Primaris Psyker?
Because they get close. They get close. Yeah.
Yeah. I assume he doesn't have anything to do with them. With the first push, like he's out there training them, or like he's on the planet doing stuff. But the Cadian 900th, they land, and their first psyker, this Calypso dude, is like, "Hey, there's a psychic anomaly over there. We need to go check it out. That's my job. I'll go." Gets nearly instantly possessed, and then gets his Major Restripper to shoot him in the head, as he uses like his last powers to do two things. One, remove the memory of him from everyone in the regiment so that like nobody thinks to like go looking for him. And send a psychic message to Glavia Arend to not come because it's a trap where she will die a horrible death. And Prophecy in 40k has a nasty habit of don't come. Well, that's why I care. You know,
Prophecy in fiction always works out that way. It's freaking Shakespeare. Hundreds of years ago, this was being done the exact same way. Yeah, it's the best way to do prophecy. Yeah. Prophecy that fulfills itself is the best way to do it. Yeah. Yep.
So that's
But I mean, I don't know what he could have done. Right? He tells her not to come. She's intrigued and comes. He doesn't say anything. She gets drawn into the same trap, right? Like, he can't win.
Here's the thing. It's not that she's intrigued and turns up coming anyway. She receives the message and is forced to tell the prefect at the Scholastica. And he's like, well, I have to send someone. I'm going to send you.
Yeah.
If there's no message, he goes, okay, well, I don't have any word from there that they need a new psycho. I send you somewhere else. It wasn't her decision to come.
No, it wasn't. You're right. But they would have sent another one eventually.
Eventually, but maybe by then the Cadian Guard Regiment could have dealt with the rebels who were like waiting for another Primaris Psyker to turn up and then just left. And like they would have gotten their new Psyker at another planet and been fine.
Yeah, but the Cadians couldn't defeat the freaking Swamp Witches without a Primaris Psyker, though. They would have died 1,000 times without our
maybe,
right?
but either way, at that point, the Swamp Witches don't get their demon host.
Right, they don't.
So they need the guards on the planet to send them a new host for them.
Yeah. Wait. What's the Colonel's plan? Exactly, step by step.
The Colonel's plan is to wait until the demon is drawn out and almost in the host. So they'd kill the host, so the demon is awakened and released, but only bound to the planet and not the artifact.
That's what happened to the first guy. Primaris dude shows up, almost gets possessed, gets killed, and the demon's like, back into the core I go.
But not almost possessed enough. I guess. Like, maybe his plan is to also destroy the relic at the same time so it doesn't have a place to hide. I don't know that it's explicitly stated, but yeah, I guess that's what we have to assume. Yeah, that he just wasn't awake enough, or Calypso wasn't possessed enough
that he's like, shoot me in the head, please. That's pretty possessed.
Well, I mean, he's possessed, but enough to tell them to shoot him in the head. Like, the demon's not saying shoot me in the head. He is.
That's true. So you get to the point where there is no sense of, oh crap, I need to kill myself, and then he's fully possessed, and then you kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Hmm.
Almost got there. Almost, guy.
Almost. Oh man, what a book.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, so then at the end, basically Colonel almost gets his wish. The demon is released. It is not possessing our main character, Primaris Psyker. And it's about to be rampaging.
But our Psyker has like a communion with the former Psyker, like his spirit, and is like, hey, we're able to like join powers. Like, I guess you were bound to this place, maybe? And he's like, you're a fool. And she's like, yeah, but what you did brought me here, buddy. Like, she like kind of rubs it in his face. It's a little funny.
Yeah.
And then they all hold hands and beat the demon.
And then all the other people that have died on this planet, there are a lot of them whose souls are also tied to Visage, can also join in on the party to defeat the demon because power of friendship.
So it turns out that the demon had been like stealing all the souls. And they still weren't going on to the Emperor's light as they would normally. And so they were able to like get the power from all those souls and through faith in the Emperor defeat the demon. Which, it's a little Deus Ex like hand wavy, but you know what? Faith in the Emperor has to defeat demons at some point in a novel. You know?
Hasn't yet.
It has once in the Horus Heresy. Literally the first time they find demons, a person like who's the priestess lady from the siege? Who everyone's like trying to get now that the siege is over.
Yeah. Lady
Ephronati, Ephronti.
Euphrates.
Euphrates Keeler. Thank you.
Keeler.
Yeah, Euphrates. The first time they summon a demon, she's like, I have faith, and like prays and beats the demon. Yeah, when the old man like is reading from the Book of Lorgar that Horus just has a copy of. You know, because Lorgar was like, here's a gift, and he's just like, yeah, put it in the library, I'm never touching it.
Poor Lorgar, nobody likes him.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's less faith in the Emperor and more power of friendship, all of these souls banding together to defeat the demon, right?
It is all these souls banding together, but it is explicitly said that, like, a lot of these souls have been here long enough not to remember who they are or what they are, but only their faith in the Emperor or their love for the Emperor or something. It's like...
Yeah.
They band together with the power of friendship, but they're only identifiable because they love the Emperor.
Yeah, it's fair. True.
Yeah.
Anyway, they defeat the demon, and then Visage stops producing as many Psykers.
Right, yeah. It is said that, like, half Akkadian regiment died for a planet that will now be never of any consequence for the Imperium ever again.
That was the Warhammer ending that I was looking for. I was like, there it is. That's the one.
That's the one. Our sanctioned Psychoglavia wakes up 3 days later, and it's kind of a nice ending, like in like a dystopian, brutal kind of way, where it's like Restripper's like, I think I have some right to know what you saw in there, or like what it showed you, and she, like the book just ends with the way the Imperium breaks. You know?
Yeah. I mean, again, was my question at that line. I was like, because I already did once.
Well, breaks even more.
Yeah.
You know, for someone who just defeated a demon with the power of loving the Emperor, seeing how the Imperium breaks is probably heavy knowledge.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
I think for her, it's poignant. Not for anyone else, but that's fine. You can write for the characters in the book. I like that.
Yep, sure can. That would be an interesting story choice for the universe at this point. It's like the Imperium falls. Like it's been held together with duct tape and chewing gum for the last 10,000 years, and then it's done, right?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of one of the story that happened like a couple of years ago with Gulliman coming back, which is the rift opens up, and the other side, they don't have the Astronomicon anymore. They don't have Guilliman, that side of the Imperium is pretty fucked.
Right. But it's not the thing as a whole. That's a big chunk of it.
Just half of it, you know.
Yeah.
And now they have the lion, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be as something simple as the Astronomicon goes out, right?
Yeah, so it does for a little bit. I think if you like in Warhammer's trying to have its cake and eat it a little bit, where it wants to have an evolving story, right? That's the Primarchs returning at the moment, but it also wants to maintain its functional sandbox setting status, where it's like this guy can write a story in here, and like the fact that Guilliman's back doesn't really come up. The fact that Katie is gone is inherently tied to that, because that's the Cicatrix, Maledicta Open, Katie dying. That's all related, and it's noted in here, and it's used for great effect.
Yep.
But it's not important, really.
Because the galaxy's big. Because you can tell a story that's 8,000 million light years from Cadia, and no one has even heard of Cadia over here, and now you have a story that doesn't matter to Cadia. Right. Not hard at all. Yeah.
Right. But something like the Astronomicon going out makes all warp travel functionally impossible. It's one of the things you just kind of can't have permanently, right?
Right.
So when the Cicatrix opened up, the lighthouse did go out for like 40 days, something like that, like a month or something. It's real bad, but it came back.
Yep, they restarted it.
Yep. Well, actually, they don't know how they fixed it.
They don't know how it was working in the first place, so yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's...
40K, everybody!
40K.
This incredibly important piece of magic? If it stopped working, sure, that'd be bad. How does it work? I don't know. How do you fix it if it breaks? I don't know.
Yeah, the Mechanicum's kind of just been bolting bits onto it to make sure it still works, and they just like... This is kind of fixing the problem. Not really, though.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if they ever did want to make a big galaxy-altering decision, it would be interesting.
It would, but I don't think they'll do it. They'll try to keep it as a sandbox where nothing super massive like that changes. I mean, Primarchs came back, and at one point people would have said that they would never do that, so you never know. But, like... Yeah. What could you do that really changes everything? That keep turning the lighthouse off, turning the Emperor off.
Yeah. That is the thing. So what if because they could do it. They could say, all right, Emperor's gone. That plunges the Imperium into a time of chaos and destruction and dissolution. And guess what? Now that is 45K, right? now we have another time space. That's 45 or 50K. We can write stories back in 40K if we want. We can set games back in 40K. We know what 40K is. It's a stable sandbox. We're not going to lose it. But now we're telling a new Warhammer story that's going to continue progressing, right?
Sure.
You could do that.
You could, but they already have something like that where it's like, okay, we have 40K. If you want to write something massive, you have 30K to play with. Like you can totally do that there.
Within constraints.
Right, because you're bound, but that's now the problem you have for 40K, which is 40K is the thing people like. You're now bound by all the same constraints that you have in 30K. You can't fuck up 40K. If you write something in 40K, it now can't fuck up 50K.
Right. But you can't fuck up the status quo of 40K right now anyway. You already have that constraint.
Right, but once you've done it, that's not a thing that authors then get to explore. It's a thing that Games Workshop says happens. That's a little less exciting than Chris Wright getting to toy with the idea that the Golden Throne's failing, right? Like he gets to write that, but you don't see it happening. You get to have all the benefits of going, ooh, that's a big problem for the Imperium. Too bad the timeline never really moves forward to see that actually happening. But you get to play with the idea at least. That there's people working on it, or attempting to cover it up, or making deals with Xenos to fix it. I think that's way more interesting than just saying, it's dead, now what?
Because Okay.
Because
I mean, I disagree, but I can see what you're saying.
I feel like there's way too much that's just like hinging on that. It's like, okay, you don't really have warp travel anymore. So any story that you have, what's the army that's fighting? Because it's first and foremost a war game, like a tabletop war game. That's why this book is focused on the Imperial Guard. You're now left to only guard regiments that are on the planets they were on when the lighthouse went out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where are they getting resupplied from? Because a lot of planets aren't equipped to like build las guns.
You know what? One of my answers that just came to my head was
What?
the Eldari need the humans to be around, right?
Sort of.
Right? No,
sort of.
they're the bulwark against chaos, right? If
To
humanity disappeared, the Eldari are screwed.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. They can't turn into ferrymen for them. Right? That's
Why not?
probably because they don't like the humans that much, right? Like you couldn't. They use
The Eldari
them.
are like, okay, they're dead.
I think
they are all going to die. What can we do here?
I think the bigger problem is turning off the lighthouse actually lets chaos in, and like more than it is already. And so it's like, okay, what can the Eldari do against all of chaos to get humanity into a position to fight back? Is maybe an interesting story in a smaller one world or a system or something like that. But like they don't have the infrastructure to really do that themselves. A lot of the webway is crumbling and filled with demons anyway.
True.
They're not going to be able to move them around any faster than they can. And like, what do you do when you run into a human who's just like, what if we just killed them and took the craft world for ourselves? You know, it's like it's a huge risk for the Eldar.
It is. It is. That makes it interesting, right?
It does. And
like you're trying to save this pack of wolves.
Right.
Like there's a good chance they'll just tear your throat out.
You can write that story in 40k though. You don't need the Imperium to collapse to do it though.
You don't. That's true. That's true.
I think so. Okay, there is the end times as a Warhammer Fantasy thing where they did say like, hey, their version of like the Emperor died, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
And people did not like it. Is basically what it is. Well, I think some people did, some people didn't. You know, the usual mix. But like once you have every story being about how the world has ended and like there's no help coming from everywhere, alliances are falling apart, you find yourself that's now the setting for every story you write.
Yeah, or you're 5,000 years in the future. The galaxy is how it is now. Nobody's trying to recover from the disaster. They've recovered. They've moved on. They've forgotten it happened by now, right?
Yeah.
And now you just have solar systems that are isolated and they're doing their own thing. But at that point,
just make a new
it's
fantasy.
not exactly Warhammer.
Yeah, make a new sci-fi world. Like you don't need it to be Warhammer.
Right. That's the problem with that.
Yeah. So there is kind of an element of let's kill the Emperor in 40k. And again, they like to play with the ideas, but we'll probably never get it, where it is theoretically possible that if the Emperor dies, he can reincarnate. He can just be born again.
Right.
And then you have the Emperor running around being able to give people actual orders and, like, save the Imperium. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea to have characters in the world mulling over the idea of, can the Emperor reincarnate quickly enough that his death doesn't destroy everything first?
Yeah.
But if you move that 5,000 years after he died, well, that has to have played out at some point, and the answer is probably no. Otherwise, you just end up with 40k again, right? You just end up with,
it just restarts the cycle.
Yeah, and now you have Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, although a reincarnated Big E, would he remember his previous life or no?
I mean, if it's reincarnation, I would assume so.
It's not what, I mean, reincarnation, I think the basic concept within
human
religions is that no, you don't.
But anime is yes, you do.
Yeah, and in Pillars of Eternity, the answer is no, except for one guy who does remember his previous lives.
So I think if the Emperor didn't, it would be pointless, and like people would just be like, no, keep him on the throne. Because if he doesn't remember who he was,
Yeah, but a big E who remembers and is like trying to avoid the mistakes that he made
Hmm.
and is building a different imperium is kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But I feel like we had an emperor who already tried to build the imperium that it was, and like a lot of his mistakes are things he wouldn't have to do now, and like a lot of that is the interesting bits where it's like, okay, why did the emperor make the Treaty of Olympus when he knows he doesn't want religion, but he had to keep the tech priests around? It's like, well, he needs someone to arm his crusades. And so
Right.
that compromise, that misstep by the emperor, is narratively interesting.
Yep.
If you
But
don't,
then you just have him make different missteps. You have him be like, I'm not doing this. I'm doing this instead, which is smarter. Nope. Totally screwed that up too in a new and different way.
yeah, it maybe ruins the omnipotency of the emperor, where maybe he's an all-powerful, all-knowing god who just makes mistakes because, well, he wasn't in a rush. He didn't have anything weighing on his mind. He was just bad. Is that narratively as good? He was just
What
bad
do
at
you
leading.
mean?
Like when the emperor was building the Imperium, he
He was
didn't.
in a rush?
Yeah, he was in a rush. So the warp storm's cleared, right? The Age of Strife. Slanesh is born. Huge warp storms. Nobody can travel, right?
Yeah.
They clear. The emperor goes, I have to get going on the Great Crusade right now before other pockets of humanity start to rebuild. I need to conquer them while they're all weak. While the Xenos are still weak and afraid, we need to go and exterminate as many of them as possible. That's what the Great Crusade is. That is why when he loses the Primarchs, he's like, well, I don't really have time to do it, like to make more. I just got to go and get the ones we have. That's why when he finds Angron, he's like, well, he's still a capable warrior. I guess I can give him a legion. you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that play into that. Like, Angron's Legion and Lehman Russ's Legion kind of swap roles. And so he's like, well, these guys can be a terror weapon instead of a safety net for me, right? Because I've got these guys
Right.
who were supposed to be a terror weapon but are just a safety net now.
So you're saying a Big E reborn into current 40K
Yeah.
doesn't have the same impulses.
Well, probably not. He probably still has a lot of issues, but we know he's okay with just genocide. And so watching him try to wrangle with a church that thinks he's a god only makes sense if he remembers that he's not a god, right?
Right.
That
Right.
So he has to remember. That's kind of interesting, but we get the same story beats out of watching the Primarchs do it, right?
Do
like
it?
do it as in like wrestle with the idea that the Great Crusade to establish a secular government failed, and now that they're being worshipped as demigods. Yeah.
No, but Gilliman can't do anything about it, and Big E totally could,
I think
and
all
probably
the things,
would. He's willing to wreck shit and tear it apart, and Gilliman is not willing to do that.
we don't know that he's not willing to do it right now. He knows that the church is like so big that he can't do it because it'd just be a massive civil war and there'd be nothing left at the end, right?
Right.
It's entirely possible that Big E comes to the same conclusion, right? It's better to just not. I can't. He's made that compromise before with the Mechanicus.
Yeah.
How much of what's left of the Imperium is he willing to destroy also hinges on there being an Imperium when he wakes up. If he gets off the throne and there's no Imperium, it's a moot point. That's now a point he doesn't have to wrestle with. Maybe like
Right.
every planet has its old cults of like old imperial cults where they remember that they used to worship this emperor figure, but they wouldn't recognize him if he landed there because it's been 5,000 years. All right.
Right. They wouldn't, but he's insanely powerful and can kill them all by looking at them. And at that point, he's your new god. Congratulations.
Right, but he also doesn't want to be worshipped as a god, so he just does that.
He doesn't. Yeah, but that's okay. And again, that's the huge problem with Big E is that he doesn't want to be worshipped as a god. But
And he is. Yeah.
He is, especially if he reincarnates and comes back. Then he's extra a god.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, but when he comes
It's hard
back,
for him to be like, I'm not a god, and then dies, and then comes back with all his memories. He's like, I'm not a god, not at all. It's really hard to convince yourself of that when you're actually immortal.
Sure. But the big issue with having to convince people that you're not a god is that there's a unified church, across all of the Imperium. If the Emperor gets
Right.
off the chair, the unified church doesn't exist. He can conquer them one planet at a time if he
Right.
wants to. That's
Yeah,
doing the Great Crusade again.
it is.
We don't
It
need that.
is.
We have that story. I genuinely think all the interesting things that the Emperor could do hinge on him remembering it and being on the chair. Which is, he can't be in two places. Or at least someone being on the chair. Sure, you could write that Magnus gives up chaos and goes and sits on the chair like the Emperor really wanted, I suppose.
Right.
So someone's on the chair, then you could have him do it. But I don't know that just having the Emperor's godlike psychic powers is way better than having the Primarchs discuss the church and like the things that they could do to try to subvert its power, or minimize it, or to uproot it slowly, or to ignore it, or to join with it. Like Primarchs that are like, you know what? I am a god. Logar was right. I think that's way more fun than let's rip this out root and stem, because it's one planet of people who haven't had las guns in 5,000 years.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure all the big people involved with the big story beats have had this argument and discussion a lot. So,
Probably, yeah. It's a thing. I mean, it's worth having the discussion. Like, what would happen if the Emperor reincarnated or just died? And the answer is the Imperium probably tears itself apart or starves to death. Oh god, I still taste like rum.
And that's the end of your story. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that point, any stories you want to tell, like you said, are just generic sci-fi.
Yeah. They don't even have to be. They can be good sci-fi, but they're just different sci-fi. They're not this sci-fi. They don't sell models.
Right.
You gotta remember, that's the goal. Sell models.
That's the whole point of this entire thing. Yeah.
Ooh, can I buy you Warhammer models and have you paint them on stream?
No.
Okay.
Have I ever told you how bad I am at fine motor control, Somicron?
No.
I'm really bad with fine motor control. When I worked for Apple, right, I would do hardware repair.
Uh-huh.
In my first week there, this dude was like, "All right, take the bottom off this MacBook." And I'm like, "Okay." Screw. And he looks over at me and goes, "Jesus, you're still doing that?" And I'm like, "Aw." And then like it took me forever apparently in his eyes. And then 2 years later, I'm still incredibly slow.
You're still throwing that
because,
one laptop.
Yes. I did not functionally get any better at this than when I started. I am really bad with fine motor control. Like imagining painting a tiny model, just like, nope, not doing that.
You don't have to paint things good. You just have to paint, right? Like the shoulder pads are blue, the rest is brown or red, and like the sword is silver.
Shoulder pads, quarter of an inch, quarter of a centimeter.
I mean, I can get a model if you want, and like show you. And like I'm pretty sure there's one of this. I have a Leatherman here. I'm pretty sure one of the sides of this has a. Yeah, there you go. This has got measurements on it. Like it's 3 inches. This is 3 inches. I can show you just how big the shoulder pads are in relationship to an inch. Why does it have inches? I don't understand. Yeah, see here. It's not hard. I have here a standard model, and this is 3 inches. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, cleared it right up. Thanks.
Yep, perfect. All right. Wheel time or
wheel time?
All right. Let me share with you so you can see the wheel. Share screen, and then I can do that. Full screen the wheel. All right. Anything you're excited for? Anything you want? Any factions you want? Do you want another Imperial Guard book, or should I hide these two?
Fine with it.
Okay.
Not really feeling any strong preferences here.
All right, let's just spin it then.
All right.
Whoa. so close to taking over. It's the Adeptus Mechanicus, Belisarius
Okay.
Cole, the Great Work. This is a book about Cole going to wake up Gulliman.
Ah. Good times.
Very good times. Very good times. Yeah, so that's what that is. It's a great work. Let me see if
The Great Work.
if I already own it. I might already have listened to it, which would be nice for me. The Great Work. Yes, I already own it. Excellent.
Excellent. Saves you some time and some money.
Yep. Which means I recommend it to you, and you're contractually obliged to accept.
Yes, that is correct.
So the window is still open.
We did it, everyone. Winner is us.
Yep.
Uh,
Cool.
Put up.
Wrap it up.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, thanks everybody for hanging out for another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour here on twitch.tv/Somicron. You can come here, hang out with us, ask us questions live, which is always very fun. You can also find the VODs at youtube.com/@Somicron, and also there's more information forthcoming.
So this isn't going to be particularly interesting, but there's a new VTuber song out, right? I know you couldn't care less, but they're actually doing like a metal track, and so like one of them is like doing screams and stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll watch this. The top 3 comments are like from some of the artists in it, because it's a collaboration for like their whole group. It's like, okay, this VTuber said, wow, I'm so glad this song's out, hope you like my screams. This one said, yeah, this was a lot of fun, thanks for checking it out. And then the third comment is Rabute Gulliman 40k is the third highest comment on it.
That's the comment, not the commenter, the comment.
No, the commenter. The commenter is yeah.
His name Rabute Gilliman 40k. What did he say?
I'm gonna pull that up. Because I replied to it.
That's funny.
He's commenting about one of the lines. I'm the terror in your walls. She's in the walls. She's in the goddamn walls. Which, picturing Gulliman being mad that there's a VTuber in the walls makes sense. I like that.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Gilliman. Watching YouTube in his free time. Copious amounts of free time for that guy.
Yep. He doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
So.
Nope, that's true. That's a good point. All right. You can support the podcast by going to patreon.com/Somicron and pledging there on a monthly basis. You can also buy merch at falconpaladin.store. And we'll be back next week with more Warhammer. You can read the great work, Basilius Crawl stuff, if you want, and have any comments on the Twitch stream as well. We will respond to those, and we'll be back in a week. You can watch us play Rogue Trader at twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin if you're a Warhammer video game kind of a guy. And that's about it. So we'll see you in a week. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here.